spent racks on my baby. She keeps saying that I'm crazy.
Yo gang, Central CEE is going to be dropping his brand new album in about 2 days. Had to check the time because yeah, we're recording past midnight, Vampire Life. But yeah, the album Can't Rush Greatness is going to be dropping in 2 days, and Central CEE just dropped the track list on his social media platform, so we can have a look at some of the features as well. Let's take a look. No Introduction, 5-star Gator featuring Young Michael. Me personally, I don't even have a clue who Young Michael is. Of course, 21 Savage is on the album. We reacted to GBP. Check that out if you haven't. CRG featuring Dave. Interesting track title as well, considering GBP is obviously Great British Pounds. I don't know what CRG stands for. Is that another sort of currency? I'm not aware. But to get another Dave feature, very impressive. Ooh, Truth and the Lies featuring Lil Durk. I know that he obviously had something cooking or in the works with Lil Durk before Lil Durk had to go to prison. We saw a couple photos of them two together, so yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what a Lil Durk or Central CEE song would actually sound like. 10 featuring Skepta, I feel like that was inevitable. That definitely had to happen. Skeppy, like the father of grime, the father of UK rap, still one of the greatest to do it, so not surprised there. Band for Band with Baby, Gen Z Love unfortunately on the album, but yeah, no, the track list don't look too bad. Let me check who Young Michael actually is, because I'm definitely not aware who Young Michael is. Let me load up the Spotify, man. Young Michael, I might as well do this in real time, no editing. Young Michael, who's Young Michael? 21.5 million monthly listeners. Okay, I haven't got a clue who this person is or where they're from. Therefore not from the UK. Are we gonna be able to find this out? Nah, I don't have a clue. I can't even be bothered to. From Puerto Rico, I believe. If I could translate this would obviously be better. But nah, I'm not aware of who Young Michael is. But regardless, I'm obviously excited for Central CEE new album. I'm lying, I'm not really excited. However, the UK rap has just been, the downfall of UK rap is quite embarrassing, so I feel like I'm starving just to get a UK rap album at this point. Central CEE, again, when it comes to like his music, if we go through, listen, if we go through Central's catalogue, like I'll show you some of the projects that I like from him. I'm saying projects like he's got more than like 1 or 2. No, he must have one. He must have 1 or 2. 23 and Wild West. But yeah, the way that he's the biggest UK rapper with 2 albums is quite embarrassing. But anyways, that's no shade as well. I just feel like there's a lot of men with so much music in their catalogue and they're not able to do these kind of numbers. Listen, that conversation's for another day. But listen, this project, his debut, mixtape, whatever, Wild West, this is a project that I had on repeat when it came out. Tracks like, let me have a look. Tension, one of my favourite tracks from this album. Ruby, fire track. Of course, the beta ones like 6 for 6, Day in the Life, Commitment Issues. But Ruby and Tension were the songs that I was banging from this album. This was a solid project for me. After this album, Cinch kind of just went clear, and I personally didn't really understand it, because even though I think the album's good and he's like a solid rapper, I didn't feel like he deserved to be like the top dog from that album. But then I had to understand the way that he's pushing out his music, the way that he's promoting his albums. The album campaigns are phenomenal. He's not doing it like any other UK rapper, so there's no surprise that he's clear in that sense. And then when he's touching a world, international audience, shall I say, linking up with European artists, linking up with American artists, like bro's clear. Like the blueprint that he's following is out of this world, and a lot more UK rappers definitely need to follow if possible, because personally I don't even feel like he's the best UK, I don't even feel like he's a top 10 UK rap spitter, but that's obviously just my opinion. But a lot of people might think different, but I personally don't think he is. I just think the way that he rolls out his music, does his videos, posts on social media has a huge effect on how well his numbers look or whatever. But yeah, 23, this project was a little bit underwhelming for me. It did have songs that I like I hate when people be like, oh, but you're contradicting yourself. No, you can think a mixtape album's meaty and still like a few songs of it. A recent example is Lil Baby's album Wham. I felt like he missed the majority of the album, but there's 2 or 3 tracks that I got on repeat. I've been playing in the gym quite often. Regardless, anyways, we're talking about Cinch. 23. This album weren't too bad. I feel like the album cover was something I could never get into. Like, I don't understand how that could be an album cover, but man's got Trap Star written all over the chest, man. The loyalty to that company is crazy. But yeah, even with this project, like, it's got good tracks, very good tracks. Like Lil Bro with Lil Bro was a good track. Airbnb was nice. Cold Shoulder, Retail Therapy was fire. Straight Back to It. My boy always talks about Khabib. I don't love it like how he does. Eurovision was dead in my eyes, but the collaboration definitely makes sense. But overall, again, in Central Cee's only released 2 projects, so there's not real much to go off. Some people say like Central Cee's got a lot of haters or whatever, but me personally, like, I rate his thing. I rate his first project, Wild West, 23 meaty, but overall, like, I don't really think there's much to his pen or anything that he does. I just think the way that he rolls out his music is so unique, and no one's ever done it like him in the UK before. And before we go on to our next topic, now we're gonna go on to our next topic, in fact. Do you know what, with Central Cee fans, I don't even think his fans or his audience actually care about the quality of music. And I know that sounds insane to say, but I just think he's so numbers orientated, and his fan base are so, like, obsessed with the numbers that he's cooking up, and rightly so. No one's done it in the UK, so I'm not saying anything bad in regards to that. I just think them having a Lil Durk feature, another Dave feature, who else? Lil Baby. Most men are just going to be obsessed looking at the streams and how much it sells first week. So what I was actually gonna do was pull up who has the highest first week sales from a UK rapper, and that is Tiny Temper. Tiny Temper holds the record. I don't know if you guys can see, because I'm not even used to sharing my screen unless it's a reaction, but Tiny Temper holds the record for the highest first week sales for a UK rap album with 85,000 copies sold. Of course, that was for his album Discovery. Man's actually got that on disc as well, which is crazy, because my favorite, or one of my favorite UK rappers, Chip, literally put Tiny Temper in a after he dissed Tiny Temper, I never saw Tiny again. But again, Tiny's definitely made history in regards to his music. Like, he's put out a lot of great pop songs in the past, and a lot of like grime-ish tunes when he was on the come up. But anyways, the question obviously is, will Central Cee be able to top this record? Will he be able to sell over 85,000 copies with his new album? Personally, I'm not too sure. When I look at the features, if we take another look at the features from the album, give me a second. You know, just trying to work the 2 screens and stuff. When we do look at the features, 21 Savage is a household name worldwide. He's a UK rapper, really and truly, but yeah, he's huge in America. One of the pioneers for the trap sound that they got going on. Dave, we saw what Sprinter done. If we wanna, we can even do that. We can look at the Sprinter streams. Has it touched 1 billion yet? Sprinter 835 mil streams, so that will probably touch 1 billion streams towards the end of this year, the back end of this year, or maybe the start of next year. I'm not too sure how many streams it's getting daily. Not something that I care about, but I feel like because sales is always posted on blog pages and things like that, I can't avoid it. So I end up getting sucked into it, even though I'm someone that cares more about what does the music sound like that you're giving to me. But regardless, because he's got obviously Dave on the album as well, Lil Durk streaming numbers ain't too great. I mean, he hasn't even been able to drop any material, and probably won't be able to for a very long time, unfortunately. I love Lil Durk. I've been listening to Lil Durk since the start of his come up, so to see the growth within his music career is fire. But yeah, it kind of seemed like it was also inevitable that he was always going to be in the position that he's in today. It's like bro couldn't come off the streets. So I rate Central Cee's thing because he's got a clean brand, clean image, and yeah, he talks about the road, but listen, he ain't on the road, man. He's doing what he needs to do because he's making the right moves within the music, and no one ain't doing it like him in the UK. Lil Baby is an artist that sells well. His latest album, Wham, just sold, I think, around 150,000, and Lil Baby pretty much has fell off. But again, I feel like it's not the same case with Cinch. I don't feel like Baby's audience really care that his music fell off. I just think they wanted to sell a lot of copies and try and go with the narrative that he's obviously bigger than Ghana still in terms of selling music. But is he better? That's a conversation. That's another conversation. But yeah, then to have Skeppy on the album as well. A lot of big artists are featured on this project, so I'm thinking, could bro sell over 85,000 copies? I'm really not too sure. I feel like you might need someone like Travis Scott on the album, or maybe if, do you know what, that it depends on that Dave song, because if that song is similar to Sprinter's fire. I'm just, the only reason I don't really talk about Sprinter is because I was at Wireless Festival. Shout out to Wireless as well. Went to Wireless Festival, was it last year or the year before? And all they played was Who Told You and Sprinter the whole time. I heard it about 30 times within one day, and I swear that put me off Sprinter. But after a lot of time went by, I had to refresh my mind, play Sprinter, and remind myself that the album is actually, the song is actually cold. But yeah, you guys have to let me know. Do you think Central C will sell over 85,000? I don't know. It's a different kind of game to when Tiny Temple was dropping. It was more about physical copies, man actually leaving their yard, getting some fresh air, going to the shop, drawing out the CD, and walking back to yard and play it. You get me? With Central C, all man's got to do is go on Spotify and play the song. But again, he's also selling vinyls for Can't Rush Greatness, which is another thing that's unique for UK artists. Not to say that UK artists don't sell or put their albums on vinyl. It's just not all of them do that. For the position that Central sees in, the amount of clout that he has, for him to also add physical copies for his album says a lot. He's definitely onto something with this album, the rollout, the marketing, the projected sales. I can imagine he definitely wants it all, man. I feel like the world is clear for him, like or shall I say, the sky's the limit. Yeah, that's about it for me waffling. I just was interested to see what you guys are thinking about the album. I see a lot of comments on my GBP reaction. Some saying it was mid, some saying it was fire. Overall, I felt like it was a solid track, and I feel like that's what you're gonna get pretty much from Central Cee's album. Don't feel like you're gonna get blown away. I just feel like you'll be like, yeah, like this song's hard or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Listen. But yeah, if you guys obviously want me to drop the album reaction for Central C, Can't Rush Greatness, I'll probably drop that on Friday. Drop a top 5 songs as well. Make sure you obviously hit the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 30,000. If you want to see more rap videos, hit that button. It's your boy Nathan. Have a blessed night.